Brent and Ryan in the morning. Good morning, I'm Brent.
And I'm Ryan.
This is Brent and Ryan in the morning. And welcome to the season finale.
That's right, we are done.
Season 1 finale. This is it, because we are now officially through the entire Immerse Bible reading plan. Just look at that.
That's a lot to read.
That's a lot of reading.
It's a quarter of the Bible.
15 weeks, that's right. And so you've read all the New Testament, 27 books, and that's awesome. We're so proud of you. If you've made it, and if you skipped a few days in there, that's okay.
It's okay.
We're really proud of you. And, you know, we are so confident that whatever you were able to read transformed you. It made a difference and an impact in your lives. And I would just like to say, those that emailed and commented, we are very appreciative of those. Sometimes we had questions that come in. Sometimes we just had comments that let us know they thought we were goofy or weird or whatever.
And we'll take that.
We'll take the goofy and weird comments too. Yeah. So, but this is great. I mean, we have never, in the last 7 years, at least since I've been here leading the church, we've never done something like this. And so we had 70 people pick up these Bibles at the beginning of the year and say they were going to join with us. And so, if you finish the plan, we want to know, how did this impact you? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you get something out of it? Did you not?
And you're going to have an easy way to give us that feedback because next week you'll be receiving an email, a little survey. If you did the Immerse, we encourage you to fill out that survey and let us know if you made it through, how you liked it, how we could improve it. If
and that's
you'd like
not
to
to
do
judge you if you didn't make it through. We just want to know what happened. And, we get it. Sometimes life happens and you have the best intentions to do this and something happens and you can't finish, and that's okay. But we just want to know, should we do something like this again? Would you pick it up next year if we decided to read part of the Old Testament? Of course, Ryan was very excited. He can hardly sleep now if we did something like that. So, but way to go. And I will like to tell you, season 2 is coming. Yeah. We're going to take a little bit of a break to recoup and regather ourselves. It'll be a little bit different because we won't have a Bible to talk about like we do right now. So we're going to be working out those details, but we promise you it'll be worth it, and it'll be something you'll want to make a part of your weekly routine because we'll make sure it's really good. So, but as we finish the reading, we're in Revelation. And we pick up with some very, very difficult passages, but some very familiar concepts. Like I think I shared with you earlier, one of the things that stuck out to me was the mark of the beast. Yeah. That one's in there, 666. And I mean, I kind of grew up with a little bit of an understanding and a fear of anything that might be, and I can remember talking about barcodes. They're going to put barcodes on humans, and that's going to be the mark of the beast.
Yeah, you're going to be able to touch things with your thumb and have them be unlocked and open. Oh, wait, we can do that now. Oh, shoot.
But so far, we haven't seen that come to pass in that way. So it does remind us that if we're not careful, we can take some of these very confusing ideas that John wrote about 2,000 years ago. And when we try to translate them to our modern concept or our modern culture, it can mess us up. And so be careful doing that.
Sometimes it works out to other people's advantages. So I was at dinner with somebody a couple of weeks ago. And this person always leaves a tip so that the final total of the bill is an even dollar amount. And the appropriate tip amount on this bill should have been, $6.66. And this person took the bill and looked at it and started smiling and shows it to me like, uh-oh, Ryan, what am I going to do? And I was like, you know what you have to do? You have to tip him $1 more. So that's what he did. That waitress, you're welcome. You made $1 extra because he was unwilling to write those 3 6s together.
In my own life, I can remember early in my marriage to Carrie, we had a phone number that was in Arkansas. It was 515-679.
In Arkansas, it was a 515?
Not 515. It'd be 501-679-6668. And I would tell people, they'd say, now what's your number? And I'd be, it's 679-8.
Yeah, we have done ridiculous things with these things.
Don't do that.
We're like, hey, does he have a scar on his head? Ooh. Maybe he's the prophet, or maybe he's the beast, or maybe this is the prostitute. We've got all these symbols, and we like to point fingers at all these things. And the introduction to in the Immerse reading told us, hey, guess what? Most of the readers understood this to all be Rome.
Yeah, they were looking at something in their immediate culture.
Yeah.
Because, we believe Revelation was probably written, between 70 and 90, somewhere in there. But the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem was in 70.
Yeah.
And so when all this is taking place, everything that John's writing here, man, they're just like, oh yeah, I saw this, I saw that, you know,
Right.
and so there's no
So really
confusion for
nothing's
them.
changed. We just point to what's going on in our
Yeah,
circumstances now, and we've
exactly.
all been wrong.
But I will say that we have to be careful because we can become so obsessed with trying to figure this out that we lose sight of the bigger picture. You know, one of the things that John definitely highlights that we have to understand is he talks a lot about the book of life and judgment that is to come. And those are things that, yes, that is going to happen. We are going to stand and give an account before Jesus for how we lived our lives.
Yeah.
And if our names are written in the book of life, which means we are Christ followers, we have surrendered our lives to Christ, we're following him, then our judgment is eternal with him.
Right.
And if not, we're not with him.
Eternity apart.
It's apart from him. And so if we get so focused on trying to figure out, well, does this mean this or that, we forget that there's an entire world around us that needs to hear. And again, as we said in the last video, we're not scaring the hell out of them. What we're trying to do
I like how you did that.
I know. We're trying to not scare, but we're trying to talk to them about the life of Jesus and get the life of Jesus into them.
Because at the end of this book, there is a hero who emerges. We have all this apocalyptic mess and destruction and that's not the word.
Stuff.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Bugs.
Terrible stuff. Lots of bugs.
Lots of bugs.
Lots of bugs and famine and earthquakes and war.
Don't you love it on this video when we get to a moment? It happened to me just then where it's like, I have no idea the word I'm trying to say.
And we're too lazy to edit it anymore, so you're welcome.
You're welcome.
But we have all this, and then boom, the hero shows up, and he's riding the white horse, and he's got the robe dipped in blood, and the tattoo on his thigh of King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and the flaming in his eyes, and you just know that this is Jesus who's coming to make things right. And then Revelation gives us these names for him.
Beautiful
We
names.
love it. Yeah, he's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, because John talked about how in creation Jesus was there, and at the very end of our Bibles, it's Jesus who's there bringing it all together.
And I told you one of the titles I loved for him that John talks about, it says his title was the Word of God. Yeah. And this is the Word.
Yeah.
No. Sometimes we
it's
forget.
Not pages on your desk?
No, this points to the Word of God.
Right.
And Jesus isn't, again, go back to John 1:1. The same guy's writing all this.
Yeah.
Jesus is the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And everything here is pointing us back to Jesus, whether it's reading in the beginning of Luke, through Acts and all the other Gospels and the writings of Paul, everything that we have read over the last 15 weeks is encapsulated in this ending moment where Jesus is the hero and he comes back and he does what he intended to do, make everything new.
Yeah. He defeats all the mess. All the junk in your life gets thrown out.
Every tear is wiped away, every sorrow, every sickness, all these things are gone.
New heaven, new earth, and it's perfect and it's beautiful.
And you know what else it is? Physical.
Yeah.
We sometimes think, we're going to be these angelic beings floating around in spiritual nests forever. No, there'll be a physical body in a physical place. And just as the Bible in Genesis begins in a garden, the book of Revelation ends in a garden. And it's perfection, again, where we get to live forever.
No need for a temple, though. Temple houses the presence of God, but we don't need a spot to house the temple because the presence of God is everywhere.
He'll be there. You know, one of the things I shared with you that I loved about this, and I asked you, I said, did you read that kind of the epilogue? And you're like, no. Maybe you didn't either, but there was a thing at the end here on page 489 that I thought was just beautiful. And it says this, it says, the Bible is an invitation. It calls us to join the story and take up our own role in God's ongoing redemptive drama. We read the Bible deeply and well in order to learn the true story of our lives within God's bigger story of the world. We read the Bible to grasp the cosmic scope and meaning of Jesus' victory, and we read the Bible to know what it means to follow Jesus ourselves. The path of the cross, selfless love and sacrifice, is the path for us too. But that path also ends in our own resurrection when the Messiah returns. And man, I love the way that ends.
You want to look that up? It's page 489. Check it out.
That's right. Beautiful. So if you missed that epilogue, take a chance, read through that. It's beautiful. So, all right, here we are, man. We're at the end. This is great.
did it.
We did it. You did it.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal
to finish this all.
And so thanks for interacting with us. This has been great. Don't forget, We have a Good Friday service tonight at 6 p.m. And like we said, it'll be 30 to 45 minutes. And we hope that you'll come. There'll be childcare provided. And we'll observe communion together. And we will reflect and remember the death of Jesus. And then Sunday is going to be a day of celebration. We're going to have 3 worship services, which is, I think, a first in the history of Ashworth.
Probably.
If you like the classic hymns, then that classic service is going to be at 8:30 a.m. If you like a more modern service with contemporary hymns and instrumentation, come at either 9:30 or 11. Those services will be exactly the same. We'll have kids ministry for all of it. Sunday school will be at 9:30 that day if you want to do the first service, and then stick around for that, so you can certainly do that. It's going to be an awesome, incredible day of celebration. And we've also said, if you invite people, if we reach a certain number, we're going to make a big donation to one of the local ministries in town to help support and sponsor a room for them. And so I hope that you are out there inviting people to join you on Easter Sunday, because it's certainly going to be a wonderful day of celebration. So this is the end. Season 1 in the books. 30 episodes. Go figure. Who knew we had it in us?
I didn't know.
That's right. So this is the season finale of
Brent and Ryan in the morning.
We'll see you guys later.